Now, we tried to get Darryl Peebles to speak today in the audience, but unfortunately he's cruising in Alaska. He just sent me a text saying, having fun drinking snowflake martinis while polar bears drown. So, the good news is that we did manage to get a chap who was visiting from Queensland. He says his name is Mr. Clive M Balmer. Now, Mr. Balmer has thankfully stepped into the breach. He said he didn't want to be confused with that other Mr. Palmer, and this is the one who has 160 dinosaurs in his family. Although after hearing Mr. Balmer speak, you may wonder if Mr. Balmer is in fact related to the dinosaurs. So without further ado, I'd like to give you a big round of applause. First speak for the affirmative that we should blame it on the boomers, Mr. Clive M Balmer.
Thank you. That we should blame it on the boomers, too bloody right we should. If it wasn't for us boomers, the world wouldn't be this good. For sure, we got a few things wrong, but that's now history. And look at all the good we've done. Just take a look at me. A self-made man from Footscray moved to the Sunshine State and worked for Bioki Peterson. Not just a boss, a mate. I helped Joe with his tilted power. Remember Joe 4 PM? Well, that was my philosophy, the start of us and them. Some say I'm just like Gina. Another boomer, fancy that. I suppose there is a likeness. For a start, we're both quite rich. Us boomers went to uni for free. There were no HECs. But we had to study really hard amidst all the booze and sex. Our free love was our invention, and we shoveled it in spades. No thought of contraception or of babies, pox or AIDS. So you can blame it on us boomers that the sex wheel now has turned. I feel it. Yes, I mean me too. My advances are now spurned. Weinstein, Epstein, Prince Andrew, me, the baby boomer crop, all felt the world the right way up, with all us blokes on top. My uni degree, well, that was free, thanks to the left-wing tosser Gough, who I repaid by growing up a wealthy fascist toff. Us boomers crave more money, a scratch to ease our itches, and I would stop at nothing in my quest from rags to riches. Bought property on the Gold Coast, of course it's who you know. Us boomers were just lucky buying when the price was low. So yes, I bought houses when they cost about 30 grand, and I rent them now for much, much more than even I had planned. But mining's where I made my mark, in a market that's quite fickle, exploiting Oz's resources like iron ore, coal and nickel. And to get this shit out of the ground, you need a sense of humour and a bloke who's good with gelignite. And that's my old mate Boomer. He'd phone on each occasion, he made the Pilbara go bang! And I'd make another million every time old Boomer rang. Sorry. So blame my wealth on Boomer, but it's time now to get cracking with a surefire way of getting rich. I refer, of course, to fracking, and a basin filled with lovely coal to make me lots of nani. Of course, I will leave a great big hole, me and me mate Adani. But there's really something biblical about Gutam and me, the saviours of the boomers on that Sea of Galilee. The holes we leave while mining, bare earth where forests stood. It takes a man of vision to see forests for their wood. So the world is warming up a bit. Some say it's climate change from burning too much fossil fuel to doing our power stations and range rovers. But look upon the bright side, with that extra bit of heat, Tassie's new tourism push is bloody near complete. You'll soon replace the Gold Coast for summer's sun and surf and bleed those Asian tourists for all that they are worth. As for other generations, crying that they have no home, to me the letters X and Y are just a chromosome. And as for a millennial, the precious little pup expects to be paid $1 million for simply waking up. So you can blame it on us boomers, as my wealth has now increased, though my Titanic didn't float and my dinosaurs deceased. And I didn't pay my workers when my nickel mill was closed. Me and my nephew Mensink, well, we're home and hosed. The rich are getting richer, and the poor can kiss my ass. But it's not just generational, it's all about our class. And I'm so bloody classy, 60 million bucks I wrote in cheques for the last election, though I hardly scored a vote. So don't whinge to us, so please don't whinge about us boomers, you bunch of bloody sooks. It's not about the age we are, it's just that we were crooks. And you will soon have your turn. Like me, you'll probably luck it, because us boomer generation is the next to kick the bucket. And finally, some encouraging words for future generations with us here today, ladies and gentlemen. When we're put to bed with a shovel, and we've left these earthly shores, and the world's reduced to rubble, the problems, kids, are yours.
Isn't Cygnet lovely place where you can have Bob Brown in the morning and Clive Palmer in the afternoon? We invited ScoMo, but he was on vacation again. Now, kicking off for the negative, we've got Colleen Dixon all the way from West Australia. Now, is that all right?
Yeah.
Okay. Is it good? Yeah, good. Okay. So, Colleen is, of course, Queen Penguin of the Ballpoint Penguins, who are that wonderful group of a cappella comedians with a suitably boomer focus on Tupperware and on how to declutter your house of excess adult children. So, with Colleen, you can always expect the unexpected, but you can always expect to be amused. So please give her a big round of welcome to Cygnet, Colleen Dixon from the Ballpoint Penguins.
Ladies and gentlemen, and non-binaries, I'm honoured to defend my contemporaries. Who are this evil, despicable group? This Machiavellian, self-serving troop? I'll grant you, they're not pure, they're not squeaky clean, but why blame the Australian men's basketball team? So, blame it on the boomers? Eat the rich, the old, the bloated? Let's take a closer look at those whom you would have scapegoated. As your elders, we do not demand respect or deference, but we're surprised that people so alive to gender preference, who call out racists, launched Me Too, yet we must say this is new to us, that you would blame us based upon the year we left the uterus. Boomer childhood's brought in